Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna go over our trade for today. It's been tough lately. We got fucking crushed today, guys. That's what happens when I don't follow my rules. When I try to play superhero, the market comes in and spanks the shit out of me. It's gonna be like, how many times you gotta learn? But before we start, let me know. I've been thinking about doing some content, just maybe once a week, or maybe at the end of each video. Just I like looking at Wall Street bets and seeing like what kind of like insane things people have done. You've seen some crazy plays with regarding options or some crazy positions, nasty losses, nasty gains, just all that stuff, and some due diligence. Some people that actually like, I guess they look into the stock and then they give their due diligence on why they think it's a valid investment. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. It would just be for fun, just something different. And yeah, I think I would just maybe do that once a week, twice a week, or once every 2 weeks. Who knows? I haven't thought about it yet, but I think it could just be a different change of pace. And I actually like looking through all that stuff. I find it funny. All these people have so much money and they just clip their entire portfolio into, some wild plays. And it can result in some really big winners, but some losses they'll be devastating. But anyways, let's look at this. So ASTI was the only, I guess, stock that met the criteria. One thing I am okay with, I guess the thing I did okay on was cutting my losses. I cut my losses quick. At the end, as you can see, I was adding, but I didn't hold as soon as like even though I already stopped out, I wasn't holding past that point. This is when it immediately like just sold off, and you'll see right here in this big candle where I got knifed down. But on my other entries, I bailed out pretty early, and I bailed out within time before holding too long. So we're gonna go over our first trade. So ASTI comes up on the scanner, and it was like an hour waiting. So today should have been no trade day. Yeah, should have been no trade day. What was the news? Well, they entered an agreement, and that was about it. And it caught the corner of my eye, but it didn't really start running until 8:03, 3 minutes in. So I'm like, okay, I pull up to level 2, and first thing I'm seeing is some really big sellers, as you can see in these two candles. Oh, right here. Sorry about that. So yeah, those two candles right there in the beginning, I'm waiting for an entry. There we go. I'm waiting for an entry right here. I don't get in. I'm waiting for this to sell off. My first entry is at 505. So let's zoom in a little bit. 505.12. I notice an instant green volume, breaking VWAP. I get in, I fill in 231, sells off, and I stop out. So I stop out at about $10 of loss. I'm like, okay, that was pretty quick. I don't like how it did that, how immediately rejected. I'm watching the stock again. I'm looking at the level 1. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing straight dojis. It's continuing the, trend up down. Doji candle. It's staying above, at least it's closing above the 90 EMA on here, and it's starting to diverge down. Not sure why I went. Oh, sorry, I was in a bit of lag. And I come across 507. So I take a bad entry around here. This was bad. Why? It was under VWAP, and it didn't break VWAP. I don't know why I took this entry. I think I just saw instant green volume, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is where it's gonna take off. And I sell off. I get in at 223, and I sell out at 218. So about a couple seconds later, yeah, 30 seconds later, I sell off here. I'm like, okay, well, that's not good. We're down 17 on the day. So it comes up again around 512, 511. I'm saying it's above VWAP. It's holding. I'm giving it a couple candles to see if there's any signs of rejection. And the stock's holding pretty well at 228, 229. I'm seeing some support on the bid. So I get in my first entry, 512. I get in at 234. So a little bit higher. Let me see. Yeah, I get in a little bit too high. Yeah, right here, 234. I'm noticing that this is the area of resistance to break off, possibly up to 245, 250, since that's where it immediately rejected, a knife down, and it closed around 251 in the previous candles, the previous higher day. So I'm like, okay, that happens. Then about a minute later, I'm still holding my position, 100 shares. A minute later, right around, let's see, let's do this. So 513, I enter another 100 shares because I'm still seeing some continued support on the level 2. I'm seeing 9,000, 10,000 share buyers, and it's holding. I'm like, okay, that's giving me enough confidence that this is going to potentially rally back up and squeeze up to 250, 245, possibly to the high of day, maybe double top. And I'm like expecting a move up to that level. Then 513, I add actually 10 seconds later. So after here, I notice it comes down again. I add, and then immediately it surges up. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Try to sell, can get filled, immediately rejects. I'm like, well, that was not good. I'm still holding. And I honestly, I would have skipped the day with $12 loss. I would have skipped the day with $12 loss. I actually was green on the position, but I'm like, okay, it's holding between 9 and 20. I'm holding, holding, holding. Rejects. Okay. I'm like, all right, let's see this bounce off the VWAP for a rally back up. I'm still seeing strong buyers, and then this happens. Holding, holding, holding. Boom. I'm like, oh shit. I sell, and I'm out with $86 on the day. So that's not good. We did have a little bit of cushion, but not enough to recover this loss. I think I'm down $60 on the month. And hey, it's not bad, but I was too aggressive. Wait, too aggressive right here. I mean, in another market, in a hotter market, maybe that would have worked with more buyers being confident, more people jumping on. Sellers likely wouldn't have sold. I wasn't expecting a huge seller. I didn't see a huge seller on the tape. I thought we cleared out all the selling in the initial, area, in the first 5-10 minutes. 5 minute candle. Let's see. 5 minute was looking okay. It was starting to rally up until that happened. So, it's part of the game. And market's going to be like, when are you going to learn? But I didn't hold. I could have held way longer up until 194. I escaped at 209. So I got to learn my lesson. And this is the market telling me, hey, I'm going to spank the shit out of you until you learn. And clearly I haven't learned. So I know it's been tough lately. Let me know what you guys have been trading. I saw FTL on the scanner earlier this morning, or on my phone. On my Robinhood, I check too. Whenever I get off, I just check on my Robinhood on the daily gains. You can see it on Robinhood. They have like their own scanner, but it's nothing like Ross's. It's nothing like this. So FTL, what was the news on this? I don't even know. The first time I'm seeing it. So they announced a 50 million stablecoin financing. So pops up. This is a light volume, and then it immediately rallies up all the way to 390. So it makes over $1.50 move about and rejects. And here's the thing with these moves, lately we haven't been seeing them follow through. And they might follow through until maybe a couple minutes after. This didn't this didn't really start to rally until 10 minutes later, which is, who's looking at this? Float is good though, so you might be looking at it. This might be the only stock that's available at the time, which is why I was again looking at my previous stock. I even forgot the ticker. That's I got it over my head. I just forgot about it. But ASTI, that's one of the reasons why I was in STI, because it's the only one that was potentially had potential. So this began to rally above the VWAP, breaking $3. Well, it was already over $3, at this VWAP level. And it broke through that and squeezes up all the way to $4. Like, that's pretty good. Consolidated. Like, this is a really good move on what we're looking for, but it's not in the initial stages. It's not in the beginning. It takes time. So I don't know, maybe traders relate on this and they saw that, hey, this is low float, this can run. This went up to a high of 519. So do I get a little bit FOMO? Yeah, it's normal to have FOMO. But what can I do? I mean, I tried my best, and it is what it is. And yeah, we're in a tough market again. It's not looking good. IWM we sold off pretty heavily today, from 245 all the way down to 240. So what are we gonna do? It's the name of the game, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. To me, I'm numb to these losses at this point. I just laugh it off. I'm just glad I'm able to not hold and retain that feeling of emotion, like, oh, it's gonna hope, like, I hopium. I'm not holding that long, which I feel like it's gonna play off in the end, and I feel like that's gonna be really important later on in my trading career. That I get used to cutting my losses quickly, not holding. You get stopped out by a big candle, you just stop out and you don't hold. So I think that's okay. That's the one positive that I'm going to take from today. And I think we all should come out with some positives. Even if you lost today, think about a positive that you did, that you were being patient and maybe you didn't jump into a irrational trade. ASTI had the all criteria, but just happened to be that it jackknifed that way. And who knows? Could have been a different story, another universe. But good luck tomorrow, guys. Better days are always ahead of us. We have to get through these cold markets, and I'm not worried. I'm gonna be a better trader. I have to be. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna be a better trader. College is a scam, kind of. um, Things are costly. There's so many things that are just always motivating me to keep on going. I'm not gonna stop this. Like, there's no other choice for me. I like doing this. This is fun. I guess I like losing, but it's that process that I'm starting to enjoy. Oh, I've already enjoyed. Losing's not fun, but I still enjoy the process of trading, and I actually love this. Like, that's how I know this is for me. If you're losing and you're smiling through all of this, it's gonna be okay. You know you're gonna do good. And the passion that you're gonna deal with, that you're gonna have, it's gonna stick with you. Like with my martial arts, when I do judo, I get thrown a lot, but that doesn't discourage me. That makes me happy because it's like, okay, I have to improve. I don't want to get, thrown again, or I don't want to get subbed again. It's one of those things that you gotta enjoy the process, and that's what I am enjoying. It's not looking good right now, but hey, a year or 2 years from now, I'm gonna look back, and I always say this: I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna be grateful that I stuck through these hard times, because if I don't stick through these hard times right now, you know, I'm not gonna enjoy the good times. I have to be grateful that I'm still here today and able to trade, and that I'm not in a margin position where my total net value is liquidated. I'm not in any of that. So that's another positive that we have to look at. And hey, the 20s over the 9. We might keep selling off for another week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Take care. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you for always watching, and hit the like. Remember, trading is always risky. Don't learn from me. Don't learn from me. Learn from my mistakes, but don't learn directly from me. All right? Cool. Thank you. Take care.